Liverpool's transfer plans have taken an intriguing twist, with reports suggesting a key Premier League target could now be available at a cut price fee. A 40% drop in valuation has suddenly opened the door to a deal that once looked out of reach, and Arne Slot may find himself facing a big decision ahead of the January window. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner has rejected a number of claims around Marc Guehi's failed move to Liverpool, including that he threatened to resign if he was sold. Glasner was widely reported to have told Palace chairman Steve Parish that he would leave the club if Guehi was sold on deadline day. That came after a £35 million deal was agreed with Liverpool, only for the London side to pull out after the initial 7 p.m. deadline had passed. Liverpool are now left to wait until next summer or January if their situation changes to revisit their interest in the England centre-back. But speaking to journalists on Friday, Glasner took the opportunity to present his side of the story. Crystal Palace fans deserve to really hear how it was. So many things were written, he told reporters at a press conference. Number 1, I never threatened to leave the club. Never. 2. At the end of many discussions, the chairman asked me, Oliver, do you think we can manage the season if we sell Marc? I said, Steve, honestly, we can't manage it in the short term. If we buy a fantastic young 19-year-old with about 1,000 minutes in League One and sell our captain with thousands of minutes in the Premier League, we can't manage it short term. Then, if we sell Marc, we have 3 centre-backs, and if we get an injury to the back 3, it's very, very risky. I told him, if you want this scenario and you are fine with it, then sell Marc. If you don't want this situation, then we keep him. Then he decided to keep him. Big credit to the chairman. I didn't have to threaten anybody. There was no tension between me and the chairman. It was a discussion about football. Big credit to him for deciding against the money and sticking with the sporting project. Guehi has resumed training with Palace after scoring his first goal for England during the international break and is likely to start against Sunderland on Saturday. Big credit to Marc, who handled it very well, Glasner continued. We talked on deadline day, and we talked the day after deadline day when he was already in the England camp. It was honest talks. He will remain our captain as long as he's here. He's a great player and personality. The truth is what I told you now. Palace fans deserve to know how it is Liverpool's interest will not end, however, with the player into the final year of his contract, and therefore available on a free transfer in the summer. The Telegraph's Chris Bascom reports that the champions expect Guehi to join at the end of the season, though there will be no new approach in January as things stand. Injuries may change this, of course, but at this stage Liverpool are confident of beating other clubs to his signature on July 1st, having already agreed personal terms and conducted a medical on deadline day. Arne Slot told reporters on Friday, it's a pity, not only for us, but also for the player. Let's see what the future brings for him and for us. Now, in a huge discounted deal, Liverpool's pursuit of Adam Wharton has been given fresh momentum after reports of a dramatic 40% reduction in his asking price, with Crystal Palace now said to be willing to cash in. The Reds are fresh off a record-breaking summer of recruitment, splashing around £440 million in a window that smashed British transfer records twice and cemented their status as favourites to retain the Premier League crown. Yet despite that unprecedented outlay, signs are clear. Slot's Liverpool are not done. Back in May, we revealed the Dutchman had identified Palace's tigerish midfielder Wharton as a player of real interest, placing the 21-year-old firmly on Liverpool's long-term radar. While no concrete approach was made in the summer, other positions took priority. Reporter Fraser Fletcher has since confirmed that Wharton is back under serious consideration ahead of the 2026 transfer windows. And now, according to journalist Marc in the Daily Briefing, Palace are willing to sell their prize midfield asset this January, dropping his price tag to £60 million, a steep fall from the £100 million once demanded. On paper, it feels like a golden opportunity. Wharton's qualities are clear. Former England boss Gareth Southgate once labelled him an unflappable operator with outstanding vision and maturity beyond his years. He has already established himself as a key figure at Selhurst Park. But the key question lingers, where would he fit at Anfield? Slot has a wealth of midfield riches. Wharton would be competing directly with Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis Mac Allister for a starting role in Liverpool's 4-3-3, while Curtis Jones and Wataru Endo remain in the frame too. The 21-year-old is versatile enough to operate as both a 6 and an 8, but game time would not come as freely as it does at Palace. For a player still shaping his career, reduced minutes could be a stumbling block. There's also the matter of timing. Wharton is said to be open to a move that allows him to compete for top honours, but he is equally content at Selhurst Park and unlikely to force a transfer. Leaving mid-season could risk disrupting his rhythm just months before Thomas Tuchel selects England's squad for the 2026 World Cup in the United States, Mexico and Canada, a factor Wharton will surely weigh carefully. For Liverpool, however, the situation is straightforward. If Slot sees Wharton as a player who can elevate the squad, the club has shown a willingness to spend big when the right opportunity arises. The summer arrivals of Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak underline that Slot values depth and competition across the pitch. The Dutchman himself made the club's strategy clear when quizzed on their approach. In terms of the money spent for one player, that is also part of our model. It is not the first time we have done this. We did it when I was not there. The ownership did this with Virgil, with Ali, and now with Florian as well. This is the model we use. We target a player and we want to have him. We decide what his value is. If that matches with what the club wants, then we are not afraid to act. We get that money from trading players and winning the league after we didn't spend anything at all. So while Wharton's talent is undeniable, his potential arrival would present Slot with a luxury dilemma, an abundance of quality in midfield. For Liverpool, that might be the exact kind of problem they want. Ultimately, Liverpool's interest in Wharton highlights the fine balance between planning for the future and managing the present. His quality is beyond question, and at £60 million, the opportunity looks far more realistic than it once did. Yet the challenge for Slot is deciding whether the Palace star is worth adding to an already crowded midfield. If Liverpool do press ahead, Wharton's arrival could underline the club's intent to keep evolving even after a record-breaking summer, and prove that for the Reds, standing still is never an option. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.